Hey, okay, so just to get into the video real quick, Will Smith has this really great movie, I think one of his best, called The Pursuit of Happiness. And the movie, the main character, I forgot his name, based on the real life story, is like, okay, I call this stage of my life, blah, blah, blah. And I call this stage of my life, blah, blah, blah. And I think in that he says, like, I call this stage of my life the pursuit of happiness or happiness or something like that. I think right now I'm kind of doing something similar in the sense that like I'm doing a bunch of crazy and amazing stuff in my opinion, but then like in my head, what I call this stage of my life is kind of like amateur hour, for two reasons. One, it's kind of calling myself out, right? I think I've touched on this before. I'm doing a bunch of cool stuff like the TED Talk or the research fair and all that, but I think I'm doing it in a very amateurish way, where it's like I'm preparing only a couple days ahead. I'm not fully ready to go. I'm not executing as planned. I'm flusting here and there, right? I'm not like going as hard as I should be going. And I think that's something I really want to keep at the forefront of my mind because I don't want to get lost in the what's the best term for this? I don't want to get lost in my own icing or just like I don't want to look at the outside of the cake and be like, dang, this is really cool stuff. Because like it is cool stuff. But then like if I'm not executing well, if I'm not executing as planned, then yeah, I did a TED talk, but how was my TED talk? Right? I presented the research fair, but how was my research? How was my presentation? Right? I think that's something I have to keep at the forefront of my mind. Um, but also on the other side, the second reason is because it's kind of like this cool sense of like I'm not even getting started, right? I think that's cool because this is kind of amateur hour right now, and I know it's amateur hour because I know that I can do better. So then, if this is amateur hour, then what's the next stage? You know what I'm saying? I think that's really really awesome. I think something that I always keep in mind is the idea of limits and how I've never ever come close to mine yet. The only time I do think in recent memory, the only time I can think I've come, because what I define as like coming close to limits or surpassing them is like after I surpass a limit, I have to be like an anime character, wherever, and just like pass out, like wherever cartoony thing it is. I think after the election, I remember when they're announcing the election results, I was like like I was like fading out, like my eyes were closed, and I would blank out because I was just so tired that day. But I think that was just because I was just tired and nothing like could have like I surpassed my physical limitations. So I think that's really just I'm excited because like this is still amateur hour for me, so I have so much more room to grow. And I'm so excited to see what the future of my growth holds has entailed for me. But yeah, I guess this stage of my life right now is amateur hour, and it's really exciting, and it's really a call to action to just improve. But besides that, I have nothing else to say. So have a great day.